funny, my camera seems to be off. Something weird and paranormal must be happening. Door's unlocked. What the fuck? Why is my door unlocked? What the hell is this? What the fuck? It's a bit weird, isn't it? My coat! Oh, who's been using my coat? I'll kill him! My prized coat, that is. Okay, folks. Enough of the theatrics. For those that are watching this now, I'm assuming I'm not preaching to the choir, although I probably am. I'm talking to those that watch Huff Paranormal, and specifically believe Huff Paranormal, because they have lost somebody dear to them, and believe Huff has the answers to be able to make communication again. And the reason why you probably believe this is because you've never had a spiritual experience yourself, but you're interested in it, you know it exists, and you think Huff has stumbled onto something, he's a real deal, he's selling the equipment, he's not selling anything, but on his website he is. For $1,000 you can buy one of his portals. This is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part video, and for those that know and understand Huff already and know his game, you're probably wise to turn off now, because this is going to be a very boring video. But this is going to be an education experience for those that follow Huff and believe Huff. There's going to be no hate and venom on this, I promise you. It's just going to be educating you, and hopefully you'll understand where the hell... What's Huff game is, I suppose. It's money orientated, and it's so sad because there are people on Facebook right now saying that he's blessed or something, like he's Jesus. No. He's got really good charisma, but he's not blessed, I assure you. His videos are really, really frauded, and I'm going to try and give you the tools to understand how and why those videos are frauded. First, let's start with the equipment. What do I have here? Let's have a look, shall we? We have a lovely guitar. Oh yeah, this guitar. Let's turn this on, bad boy on. Oh yeah, guitar, yeah. So how does this guitar help with spirit communication? Oh dearie me. It doesn't really help. It doesn't help at all. Much like my playing is absolutely arse, so does the guitar not help with spirit communication, because Portal, Wonderbox, Backward Box, what are they? They are guitar amps and guitar pedals, but he is feeding them, much like, similar to what I have here. This is a pig nose amp. It doesn't have reverb. It doesn't have echo either. It's just a straightforward amp for a guitar if you're a busker or something, okay? I can play the guitar a little bit better than that, don't worry, but it's out of tune, I just want to prove a point. Anyway, and I have linked my spirit box up to it. Huff has done the same, but he's not using a spirit box. Usually he's using his apps. Now, I'm going to explain quickly because I've only got less than 15 minutes per video before YouTube shouts at me, and because I've got lack of memory for each part. But what is a ghost box and how does it work? Why does it work? In about 2001, 2002, a guy named Frank Sumption made the first ghost box, and it's basically a radio. And you know, like if you're in your car, you press search on the radio and it mutes the noise, and then it goes to the next station and it stops and you found your station. What a ghost box does, I'm getting hot now, is it will not mute itself. It will keep the noise there. So as you're going past stations, it'll the noise and the white noise and the and all the other shit. And instead of settling on a station, it will keep going. Now, Huff believes that he's passed ghost boxes. He's proved they work, because they do work, I assure you. Just look on my Spirit Box playlist, and you'll see lots of good evidence. But Huff believes that the Spirit Box is too noisy and doesn't make good communication. He wants to be the forerunner of communication. And I understand that, because these boxes, they're freaking noisy. Let's just turn mine on, for instance. Here we go. Listen to this bad boy. Oh, it's not working. That's fucking typical, but... Okay, so these boxes are very, very noisy. They make a hell of a lot of noise. I'm just going to prove that to you, but it's not working. So we go search. Huff's idea was to stop the noise on one of these things. And how he was going to do that at first was going to go through making a ghost box, but rather than doing it through actual radio, he was going to use internet radio. Yeah? He'd actually stolen the idea from someone else. He does a lot of that, but we'll not get into that. I just want you people to understand what you're getting into. He sold this app at a massive price called SCD1. Then people ripped it apart and realised that the stations that he was going past on the internet radio were stations that talked about death, talked about Christ. It's going to give false positives. So as you're going to go past these stations, you're going to hear the words dead or ghost or whatever, which we're getting in contact with the dead. No, you're not. Let me tell you the best way to validate something with a ghost box. Swear words. If you hear swear words through your ghost box, that ain't no radio. Radio doesn't broadcast swear words. Huff, you're going to learn a lot on this, and it's all not in order, so please get your notepads out. Huff doesn't lead his sessions, he what you call follows his sessions, okay? And what I mean by that is, if you lead a session for your validation, you'll say to the spirit on the ghost box, what do I hold in my hand? Maybe you'll hold a wedding ring. And the spirit box will go, ring, wedding, or something, what you're holding in your hand, it will say it. Brilliant, good start. Then you lie to the spirit, you go, I didn't hear that, could you say it again please? And the spirit will say it again. What are the chances that a radio at that time is broadcasting wedding ring or whatever it is you hold in your hand twice in a row? Very, very slim. And if you can get and do it a third time, there you go. And if you can say, can you say a swear word? Can you say fuck for me? And they say that when you really have got validation. Now, Huff follows his sessions. Now, what that means is he usually has an app attached to his boxes of some sort. I'll explain how the boxes and what they're sounding, what he thinks is happening in a minute, but let's just concentrate on the input of these boxes, because if you spend £1,000, you're stupid enough to do that, because you are a victim if you do. Your Nigerian scammer does just as well, honestly. You buy one of these boxes, no communication is going to happen. You need to put something into the box to get something out, okay? Whether it's an app, whether it's a real ghost box, but what Huff does, he plugs these apps, and the apps say random words, and they're usually words, or if it's SCD1, these stations that are geared around Christ, geared around death, geared around paranormal activity, so you're going to get false flags, if you like. And say he's in a room, he won't ask him to say what's in my hand, he won't say repeat, what he'll say, he'll sit there, and he might play along maybe, and he'll say, and the app will say, plant pot. And I'll go, wow, did you hear that validation? Plant pot. I've got a plant pot right there. There is a plant pot. They can see the plant pot. This is called following a session, okay? So he follows his sessions. The next thing I want to address is his jump cuts. Most people with good, genuine evidence, if you go to my playlist with the genuine evidence, caught by truth seekers, you will see most of them is literally like my videos. Just press the record button and let it flow and see what happens. And if it's good, they'll upload it. If it's shite, they won't bother. Or if it's me, I upload it anyway. I called it the worst spirit box session in the world, but In Huff's case, and he admitted to this in a dumbass way, he was challenged and said, why do you always edit your stuff so heavily? It's always jump cut. You'll have a reply, a random sentence that doesn't really lead to anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's not in context. It's just a random sentence. Think about what's coming out of that box. I'm Billy Silverlight, or whatever it is. Is that in context? Not to do with anything, is it really? Think about it. Just watch a random video. Just click on a random portal video or any SCD1 video. The sentence reports to nothing. He'll follow the session. Oh, but I am tall. Yes, you are a tall spirit. The spirit box is talking, he's like playing along, Another example of, following a session. Is this an eye-opener or what? Is it slowly dawning on you? I really, really hope so for your sake. I don't want you to spend your money on this guy, okay? If you're going to spend money, buy a Hack Shack. Or, if you really have to, an SB7. They're a bit loud and noisy, but at least it's an actual item, not... It's rubbish. Because it is absolutely rubbish. I've forgotten where I was at. Sorry, people. Think, Phil. Yeah. Basically, I'll follow a session. From SCD1, he produced Impossible because he plugged his first app at £50, which was very expensive. That was the be-all and end-all. This is spirit communication. We've proved this. This is before Portal come out. And we had Impossible, as I call it, the Impossible box. And this time, the spirits can use this box, apparently, because it has an EMF meter attached to the software. And you've seen those K2 meters? Some people, are, like my dinosaur, you can ask yes-no questions with the K2 meter. The spirits can light up the lights by electromagnetic fields, driving them nuts. And, you know, if you're here, light up the lights, yes. If you yes to this question, light up. If not, say silent. Well, Huff says that we'll incorporate that and we'll use a K2 meter on this Impossible, which is an improvement a million times over than SCD1. SCD1 was the ultimate box, remember, but now Impossible is the ultimate box. Yeah, okay. And the spirits can, this time, rather than it just searching through radio and you know, having to work out if it was spirit or just a radio playing through, and you can tell, with, as I said, with controlled questions, which he hasn't really given you the tools to use. He's just, you know, assumes you know or believe. The spirits will set off the box when they want to communicate. That basically says the box doesn't work. When it doesn't work, it means the ghosts aren't interested. But when it does work, that's what we want it to do, you know? It's a good excuse for playing a faulty line. Just FYI, a K2 meter cannot exist in software mode, okay? I think he blagged something out Bluetooth or some shit or some distortion in the air or some bollocks. Loaded with 100% spirit positivity so you can get 200% better interaction. What the fuck does that mean? That's not anything of anything. It's bluff, literally. So Impossible box. We don't hear from it now, funnily enough. And if you're new to Huff's channel, go search out Impossible box. He doesn't use it. A K2 meter cannot exist on a PC for one main reason. The amount of electromagnetic field that comes out of a PC is huge, so it'd be forever in the red. Does that make sense? So it is another bluff. After that, come Ethereal. And this time, Huff was very nice. He said, I've dropped the price on Ethereal from 50 to 30 because I'm such a nice man. No. You and Sanchez had a contract. Originally, there was a piece of software called Echovox that worked completely different to these scanning radios that used phenomes, and there was some sort of validation to it. I used Echovox. I couldn't get spirits to repeat themselves, but it certainly felt like they were talking. I'm not an app fan. I really am a hardcore physical ghost box fan with, you know, confirmation, actual, you know, controlled questions, you know? Anyway, that is enough for part 1 with Ethereal. So just remember where we are. Ethereal, which is the music app where it had that heavenly voice. Ah, ah. And this time random words are coming through. No scanning, just random words. I am love. Oh, blah, blah. It was just bullshit, but worse. But the contract ended with Sanchez. There's no cut for Huff. He plugged it a little bit because Sanchez is his good buddy. Bullshit. Where are those two apps now? The only one he sort of plugs is SCD1 here and there when he connects it to his portal, which is what I'm going to be talking more about, the guitar amp, when I come back. Okay? So don't miss it for part 2. I hope this has educated you. Please don't buy a Huff amp. Please. It is a waste of money. You're not going to get spirit communication. Save your money. Get a proper ghost box, okay? And they're hard to come by sometimes these days, so everyone snapped them up and sold them for quadruple the price, which is absolutely disgusting. And I'm sorry to the naive people that other channels has jumped on you and laughed at you, because that's what I've done, because they are so frustrated with Huff, they've taken it out on the fans, because Huff blocks and he changes his comments as well. This is another thing. If you read down Huff's comments, it is not a representation of what people are saying to Huff. They're all love and light, I love you Huff, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. It's creepy, like a cult-like almost. But the reality is there are lots of comments on there going, Huff, we challenge you to do this. Huff, you're lying about that. Huff, that's bullshit. You know, he doesn't have those. He's got a big list of people, even normal viewers, that show concern, not in a nasty way. Anyway, I've got to go, or else this will not upload. Take care, people, and catch me with part 2 very soon. Probably today.